Well, folks, it's top of the hour. It's happy hour. Victor Echo Fios Golf Fox listening on the frequency.
And it is indeed 8 bells on the button. This is Victor Echo 9 Zulu Papa for the Fredericton Amateur Radio Club Friday Night Fusion Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? Nothing heard on that. Is there any announcements? Any announcements at this time for the net? And nothing heard there. We do have one announcement that we'd like to say at this time. Don't forget, folks, that it is World Amateur Radio Day on this weekend, and doesn't take much to participate. Just got to tune around the bands and see what you hear. Hopefully, you can get an RAC station or two. And I actually heard a Hotel Zulu 1 WARD station, Saudi Arabia, on 20 meters this afternoon. That was pretty cool. So, anyways, don't forget about the World Amateur Radio Day coming up tomorrow. Oh, a little out of breath here. I just got in the shack with my coffee, so anywho, we will get started. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Victor Echo 9 Zulu Papa. The name is Don in Russegornish, and we are going to be your net controller for the Friday night Fredericton Amateur Radio Club Fusion Net, or the Triple F Net. We generally have a topic of discussion, and tonight's topic of discussion will be: do you like working with new or vintage equipment? And do you like working with new or vintage equipment? So that's the topic of discussion for tonight. And we're ready for check-ins, so anybody wishing to check in, please come now.
Victor Echo 3, Oscar Golf Fox, downtown Sudbury.
Victor Papa Delta.
Victor Echo 3, Kilo Mike November in Ottawa.
Victor Echo 9, Alpha India, VE9 AI.
All right, we have 5 on that list. Are there any more check-ins? Any more check-ins for the Fredericton Amateur Radio Club Friday Night Fusion Net? Go ahead.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima.
Victor Echo 9, Mike Charlie Alpha.
All right, we picked up a couple more there. We'll go to the top of the list with Malcolm, Victor Echo 9, Mike Oscar. Come on in, Malcolm, with any comments for the net.
VE9ZP in the group. It's VE9 Mike Oscar, Malcolm in Hanwell. Yeah, vintage versus new. I guess I prefer the more new stuff. I've only been in the hobby a couple of years and I haven't really collected any vintage stuff. So, and I sort of like getting in and learning, I guess, software systems, I guess. So menus and all that type of stuff. So anyway, that's, I guess that's my preference. So anyway, wish everyone a good weekend, and sounds like it should be a good net there. So anyway, 7-3 all, VE9MO.
VE9MO, VE9ZP, fine on everything there, Malcolm. Yeah. Yeah, it's, it's one of those things. Some people enjoy the vintage, some people enjoy the solid state, other people enjoy, the solid state or software defined. It's all good, it's all good. All right, thanks a lot for the check-in there, Malcolm, and do have a great weekend. And up next, we have Victor Echo 3, Oscar Golf, Foxtrot. I believe that's Carl. Come on in, Carl, with any comments for the net.
Good evening, your net controller, Victor Echo 3, Oscar Golf, Fox. Name here is Carl, beautiful downtown Sudbury. Anyways, question of the evening. I like vintage equipment. I like the big, old, scary look alike, or big old, scary military equipment, like radio. Like, I love, surplus. I used to collect that stuff years back ago. There's a surplus shop down in Toronto. And, man, some of the stuff that this guy used to have, you would buy, like, government surplus stuff. I love working with that. I picked up 2 Motorola repeaters off of a ex-cop on Manitoulin Island a while back ago. Yeah, about 1982, probably 84-ish or so, 82, 83-ish or so. Couple Motorola repeaters. They used to belong to the Ontario Provincial Police, but they were decommissioned. But the guy had it sitting in his garage for, something like almost 25 years. Anyways, I took them off his hands. They're the MSRs 2000 series. Real nice. 2 VHF Motorola repeaters. So I'm going to actually get crystals for them. I already refurbished them. They're already up and running. I got to rebuild the power supply. That's the only thing I got to do. The only problem with the vintage equipment is trying to get parts for them. That's the only problem. Because now everything today with new is surface-mounted technology, right? But no, I like the old stuff, like from the 60s, 70s, and stuff in the 80s, even the early 90s there. Anyways, back to net control, VE3 OGF. And just to let you know, I also have a 1978 Mycore repeater with the amplifier, power supply, except no duplexers. Back to you, net controller.
VE3 OGS, VE9ZP. All right, fine on everything there, Carl. Boy, that's quite the gamut of gear. Good stuff there. Thanks a lot for the check-in there, Carl, and have a great weekend, sir. Good to hear you. Up next, we have another Ontario person, Victor Echo 3, Victor Papa Delta. Ed, come on in with any comments for the net.
Okay, I'll jump in, and I guess you're looking at, what do you call that, probably QRZ or something, or one of the websites. Anyway, the name actually is Tom, and my original call is V3TXO, and Victor Papa Delta, it was my brother's call. Unfortunately, he's a silent key, and I attained his call. And there you go. So it shouldn't be Ed. It should be Tom, because that's who you're speaking to. Just to correct that. Anyway, getting back to vintage gear, considering that's the topic, I would love to have one of the old 19 sets, 100% restored would be the way that I would like to have my radio gear. But unfortunately, I don't have anything that old. So there you go. That's what I would like to have. Big, heavy, and solid.
All right, Tom, good on everything, and I apologize about the name mix-up there. At least I got the call sign right. That's a good thing. Hi. Myself, I've got pretty much a little bit of everything from every generation. I've got a HW101, an old Heath kit, and then a Tempo Model 2020, a hybrid unit, and Yaesu FT897, and I'm talking on a Yaesu 7250. So got a little bit of everything there, Tom. Awesome. Thanks a lot for the check-in there, sir, and have yourself a great weekend coming up. Hope your guys' weather is going to be better than ours. Hi. Up next, VE3, Kilo Mike November. I believe that's Craig. Come on in, Craig, with any comments for the net.
V9ZP from Victor Echo 3, KMN. And the name is Craig, that's correct. And as far as vintage stuff, I got rid of my 19 set back in about 1984. Kind of sad that you just can't kill those things. They're very forgiving. You can run those things into about a 10 to 1 SWR and it doesn't bother the finals. So kind of neat. But in this day and age, the solid state stuff is just so nice and easy to use. Very easy to tune, and even with all the automatic antenna tuners out there, it's just so much nicer to turn it on and start talking. VE9ZB, VE3, came in, back to net.
VE3 KMN, VE9ZP, Roger on that, Craig. I do share your comments on the newer stuff too. There's a gentleman up near Miramichi area in this province, and he actually runs a 19 set on an anniversary, and I forget right now which anniversary it is. It was just no, it's not coming to me, but it's definitely unmistakable. When you start pounding the key on that, it's definitely an unmistakable chirp there. Good sound, that's for sure. Well, thanks a lot for the check-in there, Craig, and have a great weekend, sir. Good to hear you on there. Up next, we have Victor Echo 9 Alpha India. That's Gary. Come on in, Gary, with any comments for the net.
VE9ZP, net control, VE9AI. Good evening to one and all on frequency. Name's Gary, and I'm here in Fredericton, New Brunswick, on the Fredericton Fusion repeater. Anyway, the date you were looking for was Remembrance Day. That's when the 19 set's on the air. Anyway, as I said before, I'm born and brought up on old technology in the 60s. Took all my electronics training and worked in electronics for 38 years, so I've worked on it all, old and new, and I got old and new at the house here, so I guess I prefer the old stuff somewhat. The new surface mount's hard to work on, especially when you get older. Can't see and your hands aren't as stable. Anyway, with that, we'll pass it back to you, VE9ZP. This is VE9AI.
VE9AI, VE9ZP. Good on everything there, Gary. And yes, thank you for that reminder on November 11th. My God, I should have remembered that, but it just wasn't coming to me right off the top. Oh boy. Yeah, one thing too with the newer stuff, you need a much thinner point on the soldering iron to work on it too. So you get a little shake in the fingers, and you could run into a lot of trouble there. Have a great weekend there, Gary, and thanks a lot for the check-in, sir. And up next on the list, we have Victor Echo 1 JBL. Come on in, Jim, with any comments for the net.
VE9 Zulu Papa and the Triple F Net, VE1 JBL. Yeah, good evening, Don, and all on frequency there. And sounds like you're going to have a good net there tonight. No, I've never had the opportunity to have any vintage radios. I've seen lots of them, especially at flea markets. You see all kinds of them, but I've never had the opportunity to own one. And yeah, so I can't really say it. My first HF rig that I got was in 95 when I got my license. And that was Yaesu FT990, and of course that was all transistorized by then. But of course but anyway, so no, we've never had the opportunity to play with any of the old rigs there. But there's some nice ones out there. I've seen some nice ones, and some are just massive. The size of them. I see a couple here just this past summer. I couldn't believe the size of them there, but they don't work or anything. They're just more boat anchors than anything else. But anyways, that's it from here. Don, have yourself a good net there. We'll be monitoring here. VE9 Zulu Papa and the Fredericton Friday Night Fusion Net, VE1 JBL Jimbo Ignish 73.
VE1 JBL, VE9 ZP, good on that there, Jim. You know, it's funny. Even though the vintage stuff is, you know, sort of it's got that classic look, and you've got the glow of the tubes and everything. I like working mine more so in the wintertime because it helps to heat the shack. Hi. But my 897 puts out 100 watts, and my HW101 puts out 100 watts. So, you know, you're still putting out the same power. It's just the 101 I find is a little bit warmer sounding, but that's all on the tubes there. All right, Jim. Appreciate the check in there, sir, and have a great weekend. And I hope we sure don't get this nasty weather that they're talking about there. Anywho, bottom of the list here. Victor Echo 9, Mike Charlie Alpha. Come on in, Mike, with any comments for the net.
Yeah, Victor Echo 9 Zulu Papa with the Triple F net. Good evening there, Don, everybody on net. Well, as far as board anchors, no, I don't have any. But yeah, the fellow you were talking about with the 19 set there, his name is, oh my God, his call is Victor Echo 1 November Uniform. And Reed Park is his name. He used to be in Moncton. He's now in Miramichi, but he does go on the air once a year and with CW. And yeah, and my dad there, V9 TV, he usually gets in there somehow. But yeah, my other call is Victor Echo 9 Mike Tango Victor. I'm using a FT2 DR that I bought used. I'm just trying it out tonight, and you can give me a report when you come back. But yeah, my thinking is that with all the newer stuff there, it's hard to get the same quality and the receiver and the signal processing that you get now these days with the digital processing and all that. It's hard to match that stuff. So I stick with 10 years and newer. For sure, on most all my radios. I have mainly Yaesu, and I have a couple of TYTs and QYTs, and one Biofang, I think, but that's about it. And have a good net there, Don, and thanks for calling me in, and you can give me a signal report on, and the audio also on my signal here. 732 all, stay safe. VG1, V9 ZP, VG9 MCA.
VE9 MCA, VE9 ZP, right on, Mike. Yeah, good on everything there, man. And that rig is sounding really good, full quieting, good quality audio, nice full range. I could just sit back in the chair and listen to you all night long there, man. Sounds really, really good. I'd say that's definitely a keeper. And like I said, nice and quiet signal too, so no problems whatsoever. Well, thanks a lot for the check-in there, Mike, and have a great weekend down up over there in Irishtown. And Mike is at the bottom of that list, so we are looking for more check-ins to the Fredericton Amateur Radio Club Friday Night Fusion Net, also known as the Triple F Net. And the topic of discussion tonight is, do you prefer or do you like working with new or vintage equipment? This is Victor Echo 9 Zulu Papa. The name is Don in Russell Garnish, your net controller tonight. So any more check-ins, please come now.
Victor Echo 9, Golf Uniform Sierra.
VE9, Bravo, Oscar, Foxtrot.
Victor Echo 9, Victor India Charlie.
VE1OL.
All right, we have 4 there, VE9GUS, VE9VOF, VE9VIC, VE1OL. Any more check-ins for the Triple F net?
Victor Echo 9, Oscar Romeo.
And we picked up Oscar Romeo there. All right, we'll go with those 5 this go around. VE9GUS, come on in, Gus, with any comments for the net?
VE9ZP for the Triple F net. Don, good evening to you and good evening to everyone on frequency. Really have no traffic. To answer the question of the night is that I pretty well try to keep as current as I can with the current equipment, as long as the money is there, hi. But I do have some new rigs, but I also have my HF. My HF rig is probably about 20 plus years old. It's an FT757GX, but it's still working okay. However, I'm trying to sell it. I've got it on the what the hell is Ham Shack site there now for sale, and if I do sell it, I'll use that money to pick up the ASO 991. I wouldn't mind having one of those to keep current with what's going on. Anyway, that's it for me. 7-3 to all, and I'll say hi to Gary up there in Fredericton tonight. Anyway, take care. Be safe, everybody. The E9GUS clear.
VE9GUS, VE9ZP, good on everything there, Gus. Yeah, you definitely, the newer stuff does definitely have its benefits, that's for sure. All right, thanks a lot for the check-in, Gus, and have a good weekend there, sir. Up next, I believe it was Victor Echo 9, Bravo Oscar Foxtrot. Come on in with any comments on the net.
VE9ZP, this is VE9 Bravo Oscar Foxtrot in New Brunswick. I kind of like the old equipment. When I was years ago, when I was in high school, I had an old 19 national, I think it was a national 100 receiver, and that could heat the corner of your room there, no problem, give a lot of heat off. And later on, I bought a 19 set, which had the 20-volt power supply removed, and the guy I bought it from built a power supply inside it so we can run it off the hydro. And that thing was built like a tank, I'll tell you. It was a tank radio, but it was built like a tank. There was not too much you could do to hurt that. And, but today, our radios are pretty simple, pretty trouble-free, and I guess that's the way it is. Back to you.
VE9VOF, VE9ZP, right on. Yeah, the old stuff really was built a little more heavy duty than today's radios there. I don't think I got your name down for the log here. Could you come back with your name, please?
Name is Bob. Baker, Oscar Baker.
All right, Bob. Fine stuff. And you are officially in the log. Good stuff. Have a great weekend down there in Memory Cook Bob, and thanks a lot for the check-in. Up next, we have Victor Echo 9, Victor India Charlie. That would be Reno. Come on in, Reno, with any comments for the net.
Yeah, good evening, Don. Good evening to all. No traffic here. And for the equipment, well, never had a chance to play with old equipment very much. Always had fairly recent gear. But maybe a year or two ago, about Yizu FT 102, and I really love the audio. The audio was fantastic, but I didn't keep it. I resell it. That's just about it. So have a good evening, Don. V9 Victor India Charlie.
VE9 VIC, VE9 ZP. Good on everything there, Reno. Yes, indeed. Yeah, some of the older stuff, it does have quite good audio, and I know I find with the 7250, it's got the front firing speaker, and that makes that's a night and day difference. Makes a big difference in the audio on the unit. So Reno, thank you for the check-in, sir, and have yourself a great weekend up there. Up next in Quizman Sister, we have Victor Echo 1, Oscar Lima. Aubrey, come on in with any comments from the net.
VE9 ZP, VE1OL. Hi, Don, and everybody on here tonight. Well, I started VE1OL back in 1947, so I was involved with a lot of war surplus equipment, and it was great stuff, but if you had it today, you wouldn't be able to get tubes for them. I remember the BC 454, and the 455, and BC 348. I had an ART-13 and an ATR-5 and 19 set, 1154 transmitter, 1155 receiver. That 1155 was really a great receiver and great fidelity, and I used to convert them for people who just wanted a general coverage receiver. And they'd set them up with a big speaker, and boy, I talk about bass response and everything. Really nice. However, those days are long gone, and now for HF I use a TS480 and Kenwood, and I have an LDG 80-1000 auto tuner, which I don't have to use very much because all my antennas are resonant for the bands. And I also, for 2 meters, an FT8900R, which covers 10, 6, 2, and 440. And right now I'm using the FTM300. So that's what I've got. So nice to be on here. Everybody sounds great. I'm going to turn it back to you there, Don. VE1OL.
VE1OL, VE9ZP. All right, Aubrey, fine on everything there. Yes, sir. Yeah, I've still got a couple of Eddystone shortwave sets here. One of them I know works for sure. It's got a little bit of a 60 hertz on there, but that just adds to the warmth of the receiver there. Hi. All right, thanks a lot for the check-in there, Aubrey, and have yourself a great weekend down there in Quizpansis. And at the bottom of this list, but not the least, is Charles, Victor Echo 9, Oscar Romeo. Come on in, Charles, with any comments for the net.
Hello, Don, and everybody on net. This is V9OR Charles in Fredericton. And just going to say I had to reboot the Fusion node this morning because of Microsoft's issues there. But anyway, I have radios as old as the 1930s. Well, one radio in the 1930s, another one from the 1960s or so. And I have this radio in my hand. FT70 is less than a year old. And I have other mobiles and handhelds, of various ages there. and like them all, I guess, pretty much. And I've built a couple of Heathkits over the years too. So I guess I like both kinds. So back to you, V9OR.
All right, VE9OR, VE9ZP. Yes, indeed, Charles. Good on everything there, man. I find it really incredible how technology has downsized and, for the most part, increased in efficiency and streamlining. Like the amount of technology that you have in a handheld handy-talkie. It's unbelievable nowadays compared to even 10 years ago. It's just been going leaps and bounds. But good on that, Charles, and thanks a lot for checking in, sir. And have a great weekend there on the north side of Freddie there. And that was the bottom of that list. So this is Victor Echo 9 Zulu Papa. The name is Don for the Triple F Net, and we are looking for more check-ins. The topic of discussion tonight is, do you like working with new or vintage equipment? Do you like working with new or vintage equipment? So that is the topic for tonight. And like I say, we're looking for more check-ins. So any further check-ins to the Triple F Net, please come now.
Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie.
Victor Echo 9, Papa India November, V9 TIN.
Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima.
All right, in that list we've got Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie, Victor Echo 9 Papa India November, and Victor Echo 9 Papa Alpha Lima. Any more check-ins for the Triple F Net? All right, nothing heard on that. Top of the list, VE9 Alpha Charlie. Come on in with any comments for the net, please.
Good evening, V9ZP, I believe. This is Victor Echo 3. I know that you're probably used to saying Victor Echo 9, so Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie. Frank here in Sudbury, Ontario. Vintage equipment. Wow. I don't really have vintage equipment, but I know that several of my friends have had tube type sets, and I don't know, I prefer the newer stuff where you just turn it on and start talking and not have to warm something up beforehand. But yeah, I think the oldest rig I have here is probably the Yaesu FT857D, and everything else is pretty much newer than that. In fact, the handheld that I'm talking on, the FT3D, is fairly new to me, and it's only about a few months old in my hand. So yeah, that's about it for here. So anyways, thanks for being on the net, and howdy to everyone over there, and take care. This is Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie, waving a hand from Sudbury. 7 3s.
VE3AC, VE9ZP. Roger on that, Frank. If I called you a 9, my apologies, sir. The other two were 9, and I had 9 on the brain. So, anyways, good on everything there, Frank. Appreciate the check in there, sir. And have yourself a great weekend down there in Sudbury, land of the nickel. Land of the giant nickel, actually. I believe that's still up there. And great on that, Frank. Up next, we have Bert, Victor Echo 9, Papa India November. Come on in, Bert, with any comments on the net.
Good evening, everyone. It's been quite a bit chilly here all day. I guess we're going to get something tonight because the wind turned around since early this morning. So they're calling for snow for us. So we might get some. And for old rigs, well, I'm not into HF much, so I started collecting in. Especially in Kenwood's old mobiles and portable radios that you had to change the last three digit with rotating thumb. I don't know how to call that there. Just a little wheel for every digit there after the dot. So I think the number is 21 for Kenwood or a few like that. So when we get to go to flea markets there, that's where I usually get my old stuff. And besides that, not much to report. 73 tall, 88 if there is, and have a good weekend.
VE9PIN, VE9ZP. Good on everything there, Bert. Yeah, the old thumb wheels. They were definitely a neat little not option, but a neat little feature in this day and time there. All right, Bert. Thank you for checking in, sir, and have yourself a very good weekend. Stay warm. Stay warm indeed. Yes, that white stuff that we're going to be getting, not going to be good. Well, I hope it's not that much. It can't be that much, Nick. Look at the month. All right, and filling out this list, we have Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima. Come on in, Paul, with any comments for the net.
Yeah, VE9ZP. This is VE9PAL. Yeah, how you doing there, Don? Everybody else on the net? Yeah, the oldest I got here is a Kenwood transceiver there. It's a TS450S, and plus my 7250. That's the newest one I got. And then I got the Linko DR150. I think I got a quad in the car, but the Kenwood is the oldest I got. I never really tried anything that older than that. But other than that, that's about all I got here. You guys have all a great week and a safe week. Take care. V9PAL.
V9PAL, V9ZP. Fine on everything there, Paul. I like the 450. I know I've got one as well. It's a little sick right now, so it's not in my complement on the shelf here in front of me in the shack. I gotta actually send it down to Ian there and see if he can resurrect it a little bit. But anyways, thanks a lot for the check-in there, Paul, and have a great weekend. And with my HW101, it is about 42 years old. 42 years old, and it's still kicking. And, you know, that just goes to show that the old stuff was made quite well. And Paul was at the end of that list. So we are looking for more check-ins into the Triple F net tonight. This is Victor Echo 9, Zulu Papa. The name is Don in Russell-Gornish. I'm your net controller. And the topic of discussion tonight is, do you like working with new or vintage equipment? So with that being said, we're looking for more check-ins. Please come now to the Triple F net.
Victor Echo 3, or Victor Alpha 3, Mike Yankee Kilo. Mike and Sudbury.
All right, we've got Mike there in Sudbury. Any more check-ins? Any more check-ins at this time? Please come now. Couldn't raise anyone else there, Mike, so I guess you're going solo on this one there, my friend. Victor Alpha 3, Mike Yankee Kilo, Victor Echo 9 Zulu Papa. Come on into the net, Mike, and any comments?
Victor Echo 9 Zulu Papa, Victor Alpha 3, Mike Yankee Kilo, Mike in Sudbury. If the equipment works, I'll use it. It's always nice to have something new and that, but if the old stuff works, it's not something to throw away. I run a TS530 sugar. I use it to make 2500 JT65 and FT8 contacts with it, and it's working like a champ there. It's my backup HF rig, and it works fine. Why get rid of it? It keeps the shack warm in the wintertime too, Anyway, that's my take on the new and old equipment. It's always nice to have new, but they want big bucks for that stuff now. And anyway, if the old stuff works, I'm all for it. Back to you.
VA3MYK, VE9ZP. Roger on that, Mike. Yes, indeed. And it's much easier if something does happen to go south on it, and it's much easier to troubleshoot, that's for sure. I know with the Heathkit, it's laid out so simply that, you just have your individual boards, and once you troubleshoot where the issue is, what area, whether it's receive or transmit, it usually goes not too bad to find out where the problem is. Just to isolate that board and start checking the components on that board. Very, very nice. And thanks a lot for the check-in there, Mike, and have a great weekend down over there in Sudbury. Hope you guys don't get any of that white stuff like they're calling for us here. Anyways, take care there, Mike. And Mike was at the bottom of that list, so we are looking for more check-ins. More check-ins to the Triple F Net. This is Victor Echo 9 Zulu Papa. The name is Don in Rosagornish, New Brunswick, and I'm your net controller tonight. Any more check-ins, please come now. That sounds pretty quiet. I think we're gonna throw out another pitch and see what we can get. This is number two for the Fredericton Amateur Radio Club Friday Night Fusion Net, also known as the Triple F Net. Any more check-ins? Please come now. All right, VE1 MRJ, come on in, Rob. VE1 RMJ, VE9ZP, fine on everything there, Rob. Yeah, the vintage stuff is, it's a lot easier to work on, that's for sure, than the newer stuff, but I tell you, they cram so much stuff into those circuit boards on the new radios, the new rigs, that it just makes your head swirl when you open the cover there, so. Anyways, Rob, there, thanks a lot for the check-in there, man, and have yourself a great weekend. So with that, Rob being at the bottom of that list, we'll do another call-up for any more check-ins for the Triple F Net. This is Don, your net controller, VE9ZP, and we're looking for more check-ins for the Fredericton Amateur Radio Club Friday Night Fusion Net. Any more check-ins, please come now. We've got silence. We've got silence. That's not good. I just want to do a quick shout out here too. Thanks a lot for streaming the web there, or streaming the net there, Rob. Very much appreciated on that. And don't forget, folks, April 18th, World Amateur Radio Day. That's what it is. World Amateur Radio Day, April 18th. And actually dealing with that, I didn't make a contact, but I did receive the station from Saudi Arabia there today on 20 meters, Hotel Zulu 1, WARD. So they're starting out there already, and definitely get out there, spread some cheer on the radio. We may be home, but we're definitely not alone, that's for sure. Hi, hi. This is Don, Victor Echo 9, Zulu Papa, in Russagornish, looking one last time for any more check-ins to the Triple F Net tonight. Come on in. Can't raise anyone else, so I guess we'll call it at about 8:45. That's not too bad. And I believe that's 17 check-ins tonight, which is not too bad. Thank you very much, one and all, for checking in tonight. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Stay safe, and don't forget your masks. And sanitize. Got to keep that hand sanitizer company in business. So everyone do take care, and like I said, don't forget about World Amateur Radio Day happening this April 18th, and 7-3 all on frequency. So we will return the room back to general use. This is Victor Echo 9, Zulu Papa, closing the net for this April 16th, 2021. 7-3 all. VE1 JBL, VE1 JBL, VE9ZB.